Whoa, whoa, whoa. Two vids in a row? Are you kidding? Yeah, okay, I don't want to hear it. I know I always say this, but I do not want to hear it, okay? This is just something I wanted to come on here and talk about because I was just thinking about it when I was going to bed yesterday. I was just up late and I was just like, fuck, man. And it was something I wrote down. So basically, I just wanted to discuss the idea of growing up and not being a kid anymore. And specifically, like how I low-key kind of determined how this works. Because I think that it's something that everyone kind of knows happens, but like no one can really define how it works. And I don't know, I think I might have found a good definition, at least one that works for me. So I just wanted to come on here and share it. So I'm 20 years old and I feel like I'm low-key an adult now, I guess you could say, like officially. Like, you know, when you're 18, 19, you still could potentially be in high school. You know, you're still treated like a kid by most people. But once you're 20, I feel like most adults will accept you as an adult and people will think of you generally as an adult. And I feel like an adult. But it really came to me. I'm like, hey, why is there like an official transition? Like, shouldn't it be sort of more seamless? But like, no, it just kind of feels like when you're 18, you still feel like a kid. But once you turn 20, man, you really do feel like an adult with the amount of stuff that you have to do. And I feel like it's just because of the main reason is because of the responsibility that we have as like adults. And this is just the main responsibilities that I have compared to when I was 13, 14, 15 years old. Like, for example, when you're 13, 14, you're no longer a child. You are like a teenager now. You're, you know, a growing adult. You're going to be becoming an adult, but you're not an adult yet. But you definitely do not feel like you're still a toddler. Like the world treats you as a teenager, still as a kid, but you definitely feel different. You feel more mature and stuff like that. And I feel like there's kind of like a transition point once you turn 20 where you no longer feel like a kid anymore. The world just genuinely thinks that you're an adult. And it's scary, man, because I never had that feeling up until like now. And I don't know, it's very hard to describe, but yeah, I recognize like the physical differences, like even when you are 13, 14, 15, like you recognize like getting taller, facial hair, stuff like that, but you still definitely feel like a kid. And that continues up until you're about, like I said, 18, 19, even still feeling like a kid. But once you turn 20, you know, you don't have to ask to go to the washroom anymore. You can go out to clubs, you can buy alcohol, all this stuff. Like you're officially an adult. And I think like that's truly when all the other adults start treating you like an adult. Like all the other adults will start making you think you're an adult, and then all the other kids will start making you think you're an adult as well. Because even when you're 18, the 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds are still going to treat you like a kid, and the adults are still going to treat you like a kid. But once you turn 20, all the kids think of you as an old head, and all the adults, I guess, think of you as a new head because you're still a young adult. But anyway, besides the point. Mainly these feelings are kind of like affirmed because I no longer feel the need to grind games as I did when I was a kid and, you know, partying and hanging out and like scrolling on my phone. Even like I did when I was 18, I still felt like doing those things. I still felt like the main goal in life was to maximize like happiness, I guess you could say, like short-term happiness. But once you turn an adult, and I'm not saying like, oh, fuck, you turn 20 and then all this shit goes away. It's like, it was more of just a realization point for me that I no longer wanted to just game all the time as much as possible. I actually wanted to build myself for the future, and I wanted to become a man, you know what I mean? Like I really did want it. And I feel like that's why it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because as soon as I wanted to become a man and sort of grow up, that's like when it starts to actually hit you and you start to realize like you don't really enjoy doing the things. Like I still obviously enjoy like partying, going out and stuff like that. Like it's not like I don't, but it's just like life is less about maximizing that sort of happiness and more about maximizing your future. And I feel like that is one of the main things. And so I think that's one of the main characteristic features, is that it's not because kids see me as an adult or because adults see me as an adult. I think it's because simply I am putting the responsibility of an adult on myself due to direct pressure from like, I guess, society or whatever. I don't know. But I personally want to become one. I am giving myself that responsibility. And therefore, that's the reason why I feel like I have grown up. And I know this because I could be easily living like a 13 to like 16-year-old right now. I could easily just be getting up, playing games all day, hanging out, getting high or whatever, doing literally whatever I want, right? I could easily be doing that in the summer. But I don't want to. I do not want to live that type of lifestyle. I want to like focus on like bettering myself and whatever the fuck these fucking gurus say. I don't really care about gaming all day anymore. I more care about like, oh, my like reputation and like making my family proud and stuff like that. So honestly, I think that's just it. Like, I think I could be a kid still if I wanted to. I could not grow up, but I'm actually excited to like be an adult, I guess you could say. I'm excited for the future, and I'm not quite sure 100% if I want to like get up and just completely leave being a kid, or like the kids table, wherever the fuck people say. Like, I don't know if I'm 100% ready to leave yet, but I'm almost there. I'm genuinely almost there. And it's unfortunate because once you leave the kids table and you become an adult, you become a man and you start bearing those hard responsibilities, you basically cannot return to the kids table, because like, you're an adult and you have to face those sort of realities, and you're kind of scarred. And when you're scarred, you lose that like innocence of being a kid. So when you try to return back to that type of environment, you know, you can never, like, you can give it to others, you can give it to your own kids, but you can never be like that anymore, because you've experienced like what the fucking the world has put on you and all that bullshit. Anyway, yeah, that's really it, guys. I just wanted to come on here and rant about this because I was thinking about this, and I think that's it. To summarize, I think that when you become an adult is when you want to become one. You grow up when you want to be, because you could be a 50-year-old kid still, and you could see that with like man children, like. But I think you truly grow up when you want to, and I think the earlier you do it in your 20s, maybe the better, potentially. I don't know, I'm fucking just turned 20, so I don't know, but that's my thought process. Anyway, that's about it, boys and girls. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.